Jesus. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We can do better to encourage me here. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me in this house. It's such a privilege, sir, and an honor to be in this building this morning. I count the privilege. I have one of these, my quotes that would say that he that walks with the wise is not permitted to be foolish. And when I heard that a body of Christ was putting something like this together, there was joy. Joy filled my heart, honestly. I count it worthy when we're trying to shape the narrative like this, especially on subject matters that can transform the lives of people. And humorously, sir, when you took the first session, I was worried. I was like, sir, why did you need to have a host of speakers? You will have taken that series, sir. You will have decided to use the whole of this quarter for that series on Sundays, and everybody will be coming, and after service will be done. That was very detailed, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together, right? And that's what it takes to have visionaries, around us, who can not only talk about it, but will take the right step towards doing it. And then when we have, our amazing speaker, when she came up, for me, that was the highlight of it. I know she was really pressed for time because that was a masterclass altogether. My advice is, I've been to the YouTube. My advice is that for everyone who has been following since morning, if you want to get a 360 degree of what we are doing here, I would advise you to go on that YouTube. It's very packed. See, great meetings don't make great people. Great decisions do. Right? So it's not about the volume of words that has been shared here today. It's about what action are you taking. The best way we'll get ROI for putting such an amazing host of speakers and organizing this event together will be as a result of what you do with what you hear from this platform. It will not be in the number of pictures that we're able to post online, but you will take valuable information from here, and then you'll be able to make sure. Thank you, Ma, for running the entire industry in less than 40 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Let's put our hands together for her. Then also, the PS. Thank you, sir, also for that great job. Right, that's one of the most beautiful slides I've seen a government official present. All right, it was well designed, well thought of, and it was very spot on too. And then to my guy here, thank you very much. There were some of those things that I was looking for before now. I think I'll just see you immediately after this service. Because somebody is listening, and the person, one of the things that the person is angry about, he didn't like the names of the place that they are calling. Ogwarashuku, Agbokana. It's not sounding like Washington, D.C., Abi. Don't worry. That's where gold is embedded, right? And I've seen some of those plans, right? And it shows that Lagos is really... Because many of us have been used to disorganization. That's why we don't want planning. Yes. You will see someone, sir, would build a petrol station here, as in right here. And then the next business that you have here is a business that is producing heat and fire. As in, how do we get there? And that's the way, that's what happens. As soon as there is space in Lagos, there is space, you can put anything there. You can put anything, and that's not the right way to plan. The cities that want to go for summer break, they plan those places, right? I was speaking with a friend who just came back from Ontario, and we usually make those jokes and say, all these lands that you see, they should sell it to developers. Maybe quickly. And the guy was saying that they have been monitoring birth population since 2000, and they can tell you where the next hospital is going to be, even though it's a forest. There's a master plan you'll be driving. You'll just be driving for like 30 minutes, no structure. But in that place, they know where the next police station will be, where the next hospital will be. That is being transferred from generations to generation. We don't know where the next hospital in some of these places. We don't know where. There's not even plan. We're not even working about the health yet. As long as we can sleep and wake up, don't worry. The Lord will take care of us, Abi. And that's why we don't want to hear about planning, master planning. And the best way to plan. For example, when last, do you know how hard it is to get fresh hair? I mean, quality fresh hair in Lagos. You open your car like this immediately. There's no way to say, I'm always staying in my car, I'm in my office, except you want to be moving underground the tunnel to go to your office. You'll be exposed to all of this hair. I'm telling you, and it's very toxic. By the time you see all the car frames put together, because right now, your housemate wants to go and get okra, you give them a car to go again. They can't even walk to keep stature. And that is hard into the frames. So when they are planning these things that they are planning like this, right, it will help us to have a better environment. And thank you for the good job that you're doing in that sector. God bless you. Can you please put our hands together for all of our speakers? Yeah. So I don't have a slide, and I will try to do this in less than 15 minutes. The reason is because I've been in the academic space for a while, and I understand that it's not about the crowd. Actually, I can just be here for one person. So irrespective of how, I can see a lot of passion from many of our speakers. Let me also put this caveat there. I know we're online, and it might not be good, but I will try as much as possible to be honest, that I'm not passionate about real estate. Yes, so many people don't like me saying that. I've been in the space for 8 years, but I'm not passionate. I know people who are passionate about it. There's a way we throw that word around. What I'm passionate about is the prosperity that is embedded in real estate. Yeah, I know this is kind of we're in the church, Abi. So please forgive me. I am not passionate about the real estate. I am passionate about the prosperity that is what embedded herein. So I am very, very organized in when I want to put real estate investment in place. It does not matter where the land is. I will just give some, industry insight about investing in real estate. And that's why I had to put that caveat there. Someone will say, no, it's real estate. When you're talking about green, sustainable buildings. In Lagos, sustainable building. Even these days, artificial plant is what your interior decoration is putting in your room now. So nobody is discussing about that. So I'm well positioned by, my chairman is in the house. That's the chairman of P1. Can you please put our hands together for the bosses who have paved the way? Thank you, sir. God bless you for the good job that you are doing, sir. Yes. I appreciate greatness, Yeah, amazing job that they are doing, right? And you will understand it, right? I've been privileged to travel some few states in Nigeria. And when I get to some places, you just wonder. And this is the first hint. I've started already. I said 15 minutes, Abi. Okay. Let me say it again. He that walks with the wise is not permitted to be what? To be foolish. The first thing you want to know as a real estate investor in this country is that you follow where the wise people are investing. There are many things that we heard here today, and I know that for the first time, we have heard about some of these things, let me say 5 years ago, before COVID, during COVID. Many of the master plans you are sharing, sir, did not come in this particular administration. Those plans as a concept have been there. So when you see us begin to make moves, right, and they are not looking like it, it's not because we have an algorithm or an AI. It's because we have been privileged to some information. And that's why I want us to put our hands together for the organizers of this program. Because what they have just done for you, I'm being sincere, are conversations that we're having in small rooms. I'm telling you the truth. Conversations that are happening in small rooms. The coastal road, because now you wait to TikTok before you hear anything. Right? And as at that period, it's no longer a news. You are just the one hearing it. Conversations have been heard about that one, since 2016, since 2015. The coastal road did not come last year. It's not an initiative of this generation, of this dispensation, sorry. It has been coming from time to time. The expansion of the road. These days now, there are realtors in the room. Everybody as in Lekki International Airport should be angry by now. Many people have overused that airport. You hear, our land is just 13 minutes away from the person has not been to the airport. He doesn't know where the airport is. It's just 13 minutes from the airport. But the information about the airport became a limelight information just 3 years ago. But it's been there in the master plan. You don't wake up and say, I want to put a airport in this place. That's not how it happens. The same thing. There are plans for things that is about to happen also in the future. But that's not the conversation for today. You can attend my master class for that one. Yeah. Don't worry. Pastor said I should stay within the constraint of why I'm here. Yes, so that I will not share everything. Okay, let's talk about the first one that we likely might have an idea about. And I'm going to speak to different demographics of people based on your class, societal class, or income level. You might have one or two insights to pick from here. The first one, land banking. I know we've heard the term over and over again. You've seen it in the news, you've seen it in media. It is positioning yourself to investing in underdeveloped projects. Using land as a form of hedge of capital. For example, I will always say with all sense of humility that I got married with real estate. I used land to marry. Because I've seen the way they were talking about marriage. And, family members are more interested about the marriage than you. I mean, the wedding day. So everybody has an idea. Everybody must eat Chinese rice. This one must sit on high table. So I was looking at the cost implication. My first degree is in economics. So what I did was that when I had some money, 2 years ahead, right, in courtship, I had gone to buy the land ahead so that I can appreciate before it's time for the wedding. So as an economist, I already have a budget ahead. So what I did was that I carried the land, sold it, took 45% of the money and gave it to the people that are planning, took the remaining one, and then reinvested in another landed property. That is land banking. You can clap. My wife is happy that people finally had the Chinese rice at the wedding. But it was the land that was paying for it. It's an alternative form of banking. It's an alternative form of investment. That's why it's called what? Land banking. So when I'm looking at the land, the potential of what I'm looking at is the potential capital appreciation. It's the returns that will come on the investment. It does not matter whether it's in a village. Just like the way when you want to put your money in stocks or shares, right? You begin to read the news. Oh, they just hired a new CFO from Thailand. Wonderful. They just had a partnership with the United Kingdom. Wonderful. Those things will affect your stocks. Those things will affect your shares. That's the same way you look at parameters when you're looking at land banking. Is it secured? What are the information that are coming around this area? Thank you, sir. You opened one of my business ideas, which you shouldn't have, sir. Burial ground business. People say, I don't want to die. Don't worry. You're not going to die young. But it's given unto every man to do what? To die. I will not, it's my number 7. So I'm not going to talk about it. Since he has mentioned it. Burial ground is a good business. I'm being sincere with you. Oh God. Let me come back. Don't worry. Let me stay back. Because you can even have a pot where you are stacking everybody on each other. Grandfather, grandmother, great-grandmother, they will have bought it just on one line. They will just be coming up like high rise till they get to the surface. And then you can have like a flat, the ones that want to do a community. There are some that they are HNIs, they will ask for building on their own. So you have them to do like a skyscraper. So that when the children come, they can put flowers here, they can do this. You can have that. Okay, no problem. They will always say, no, that's ungodly. Don't worry. Next one, let's talk about fractional and co-ownership. This is also very popular in Europe, especially in Asia, Dubai, Qatar, where you see all these nice penthouses, holiday homes. And what happens is that it's not owned by a single individual. You will see a shuttle apartment, right? And it's being owned by a group of people. They can be from like 10 to 100 people. So what they do is that they do what we call equity contribution. The house is 100 million. All I have is just 1 million. 100 of us owns the house. And as every time somebody is coming to use the apartment, either to do, today is a workers' day, Abi. I want to go and rest, I want to go and have meeting and all those things in the apartment. Every time you pay, you will get a returns based on your equity contribution into that building. And automatically you become a landlord. So just with your 1 million, with your 500,000, you can be a owner of a 3-bedroom today in Lekki Phase 1, just of 1 million. And you'll be earning rent as a landlord. We do that today with abode as low as 100,000. People own 2-bedroom apartments with us, 150,000. The beauty about it is that plus you that own 10 million equity stake, and me that own 50,000, 100,000 equity stake. Well, if they say landlord association meeting is time, I show up too. No, there's nobody's greater than, because the same thing today, right? If you own a stock of a foreign company or a local company, you are a part owner of the company. They will send you AGM to come and sit down, and you can make contributions. So that's what fractional ownership and co-ownership is around. Because of the trust element in our environment, it's not popular, but we're already doing it. And how do we do it is that we as an organization, for example, we sound as a trust partner. We hold the asset in trust. And then ensure that everyone gets the equity contribution as the building is performing. You can do that even for a landed property. Because remember that I told you that I'm not passionate about land. I'm passionate about what? The prosperity that is therein. So if you're looking for an investment vehicle that you want to adopt, I've mentioned land banking, you can adopt that. Or you can look into fractional ownership or co-ownership. Okay? So let's look at another one. I just mentioned fractional ownership laying up to shortlets, right? Because we're talking about investments. The shortlet business in Nigeria, especially in Lagos, is booming. Say booming. You're not saying anywhere. Say booming. Yeah. It's a very lucrative business, especially in the Lekki Aja axis. It's doing what? Very well. People don't want to stay in the hotels any longer, right? They want to have the photo shoot. They want to have the video shoot. They want to do this, especially in December period. November, December period is always on the high side of it. So it's one of those places you might want to invest in. And Marsh was giving it right now. We've been seeing the data, right? The data is that young people the idea of house ownership for young people is not like the ones that our grandparents have. That's why today some people, the only thing they have in their will today is their iPhone. If they say today, they access them today, it's only iPhone that you can see, because the desire to own ownership, house ownership in those days was more of prestige. Yeah. It does not matter whether you have finished the 1 bedroom in front and you not finish the rest. It brings a sense of, I'm a man. I have my own house. Young people are mobile. Yeah. They want to be around everywhere. So their experience is not about owning a rented apartment. You will even hear amongst people right now saying that, I'm staying in a rented apartment. Right now, some people are staying in a rented apartment. You'll be hearing saying that, but I have houses that I'm renting out. So you must now understand that people are looking at rental income, right? And, too bad. It's not too bad. It's a good thing. The legislative system in this country allows a landlord to be very close to a god. In Nigeria, a landlord is almost close to a god. You'll be done closing a business with them on Monday at 120 million, and he'll tell you that when he woke up this morning, he just felt like it's 150. It's either you want to buy or you move. It's either you want to pay the rent or you do what? Or you pack out. That's the system. Even though, sir? That's it. They call the shots. It's like that. But in some cities, you need to go to municipal office to go and get approval on how much your rent is going to be. You can't just declare and say, I feel like. You can't feel like. You will see a building that building, they should not even use it to donate for tithe in church. The person will still be charging what a new house in that area is charging. And say that's what everybody is paying in this area. No renovations, no upgrading. It gives you the power. I love the power, even though it's not good, sometimes it can be used strongly, the power of being a owner of a real estate portfolio in this country. That's why you can maximize profit unnecessarily, even though it's sometimes not good, because government officials are here, so that you will not say he's one of the people that is broken. So if you're looking for opportunities to invest in this period, there's no glory. I heard it from one of my mentors. There's no glory in saying, oh, I have moved to my house. That generation has gone. That what? It can be sitting in your balance sheet as a fixed asset. It can be sitting in your balance sheet for looking for leverage and opportunities. Right? I will not say that one here. Because that same asset, you can use it to be getting different investment vehicle. That one asset. You will give this one and say, okay, I'm coming back. Just give me the money. That's one asset. And if the lawyer is the lawyer that you pay 30,000, they will not know. So they'll just keep moving. Okay, I'm trying to wrap up because, like I said, right, when we're having the panel session, maybe we can take further questions. The next one is commercial real estate. And the truth of the matter is that we have also not looked a lot into commercial real estate. Building spaces. I was with a friend of mine last year and he was speaking with some of his investors. And what were they going to do? They were going to take, and they're apparently working on the project right now, is in Freedom Way. Beside the drainage, on the drainage, you know that Freedom Way now? That Freedom Way Road. There's a park that is coming there. When I saw the architectural presentation, they are not doing anything. They're just putting flowers to make it a garden, a park for people. And they're just going to manage. It's like, what? This space that everybody just used to pass by, people just used to stay there, bike men used to stay there, they're going to turn it to a multi-million-dollar project very soon. So spaces can be used for commercial anything. Open spaces. All these places that all the boys in your area used to play on Saturday, playing sets, 5-a-side. You can turn it to somewhere, they can make it a business hub for people, that people will not be coming for in the evening to relax. And all you need to do is to turn yourself into a real estate marketplace. Make the environment so suitable that people that have businesses can come and put their containers there temporarily. Instead of you're doing community service with 5-a-side football every weekend. You are creating jobs, creating opportunities. So commercial real estate, even at a small scale, and you can do it at a larger scale, building markets, shopping malls, and stuff. Last one is joint venture. And I love what the PS also spoke about, private-public partnerships, right? But you can do that with government. You can also do that with individuals. There are individuals today that are looking for developers. And I'm also going to talk about that. They're looking for developers who, they have the land, you have the capital and the experience to sell it, and they want to partner with you. You can also leverage on that. But one kind of joint venture that people have not also come into is partnership with Nigerians in diaspora. Nigerians in diaspora love and value Nigerian real estate more than Nigerians in Nigeria. You know the reason why? Not with this one that Trump is trumping everybody. You'll be looking at your HB1 visa like this. You'll be using prayer point every morning to still hold it. So people are looking for, what exactly am I going to fall back on? And they are hedging their funds in real estate in Nigeria. Let me give you an industry secret, right? They say once it's a secret, once you have said it's no longer a secret, have you? So it's no longer a secret after this. Right? Is that some developers today, right, they are like a body system for a funding system. Let me explain to you. A group of friends are sitting there in the UK or in the US, and they put together a billionaire and say, okay, you know what, we're going to build 24 units of apartments here. You go and give it any name you want. Maybe you like the name, Kiniko Properties. You give it the name. The asset belongs to us. It's in our name. We have the deed. We have the ownership. You'll be the one to say it's our company's project. And I know people today that all the projects that they have to claim a real estate developer positioning, that is all of it. So the risk is very minimal because those individuals are actually, they don't want all of the whole realtors around and doing inspection and spending marketing costs. You will cover all of those things, but they are at the back end. They will fund the project. You will use the project. You can even mark it up or mark it down or anything, and then you will be in front. It's a kind of investment. Some of the fund managers in Nigeria too are also doing that for companies. But one of the cheapest way you can get it right now, right, is for you to go and look for those in diaspora who have that capital. The reason is because of the exchange rate, not because they're in diaspora. Being in diaspora does not automatically make you a rich person. Don't mix that one up too. Do you understand? Right, but you can begin to speak to people to invest like that. I know a place right here at Oniru here. The entire building, 16 units, is short-let. It's not a residential. Anybody that you see there, that's not their house. So don't let them lie to you. If you're a lady here and they say, oh, that's my place, it's a lie. Oh. It's not anybody's place. Oh. It's a short-let apartment. And some people are there for the last 3 months. They've paid for 3 months, sleeping inside short-let apartment. But it is owned by individuals, group of individuals who have come together, and that can be, that's the investment that they have that is generating fund for what they are doing, right? Let me take this last one. Distressed buildings and offer. There are a group of investors too that is where they position themselves. Those ones, they don't do we're building new building. They are looking for a building that's one prodigal child or one prodigal son that don't know how the grandfather or great-grandfather worked hard to get the house. You know, every time I go to Ikeja GRA and they begin to mention, in those years, they begin to mention the price of a house in that place and say there's not even more space. I said there's going to be one prodigal child or prodigal boy or daughter that will say, you know what, this house, what's it for? Let's sell it. That's how I'm going to get my own space. Because there's no space again in Ikoyi, there's no space. There's going to be, because to be sincere with you, that is the reason why I told you that I'm not passionate about real estate, is the prosperity therein. Because land and houses, they are a means to an end. It is not the end. Yeah. You can be broke even without having real estate. Yes, if you don't create cash flow system within your real estate, you will be broke. As in, situations like this will flog you. And they'll be like, this man is great. You are only heavy in asset that is sitting down. And for some of us that they have valued your assets above what? When you are valuing your assets, sir, value it at the distress value. Don't value it at the potential and say, this asset right now is 250 million in the market. When you need money and you want to sell it, it's not 250 million. No. Yeah. It's what? It's not 250 million. It has to come lesser the market value. So the position for looking for distress projects, somebody wants to wrap up their project and leave the country. There are some areas right now that it's not government that is powering the reurbanization. It is the people, it is the force of development in that area that is powering it up. You begin to go down. Anything from, after you've lived in Bagada, you're already going towards Oshodi, Ikeja, Long, all those axes. What is happening in those places is that people are now said, because the buildings that they have there, they are not befitting. They are not maximizing value with it. Are you getting the point? And then you can position yourself and say, all I'm looking for is distressed building that I can just be taken off and then I increase the value to resell or to invest in. I think that's all for me for now. Thank you very much for having me. God bless you.